Don't mind me. I'm just annoyed. Because here I am, trying to get to sleep, perplexed by YouTube. Here I am, just awake, scrolling YouTube, listening to people frustrated by the bad poets of the world. And I thought, all right, you're frustrated by bad poetry. Okay. So let me read you the first I don't know, 20 poems of my book, Beachfront Property. I want to do 20 poems. Here we go. Count out 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I think that's actually a good place to stop is 30. Let me read you the first 30 poems of my book, Beachfront Property. That's the first 20% of my book, or first 10% of my book. And it'll give you a good idea of what my book is about. I'll read you the first 10% of my book. Two birds gliding. How could the end begin and the beginning end in a cycle that just repeats? I am, the face that stares, coffee that's chill now, cold painted metal ladder that nobody ever uses, leading to even lurking murkier waters intensity. There's that look that without a cause, there's love lost, sense of dread, cold, overburdened medical system, people trying their best to live their lives but drive to that very, very edge. I want to scream, to have a pedal storm ensue, all magic and majesty come flying at you like they're birds that go away free now. Hot sauce baby. Stargazer dream baby, stretching spasm yawn. It's early morning, mid-morning, phone call conference. Time sweetheart roll, crunchy wrap sushi. Got the soy sauce packet, you know? I've got plenty in the fridge drawer. I've got choices for days, but for you, you're my only wasabi. Spicy britches, and no, this isn't some kind of sick Asian allegory, fetishism fantasy, geisha goddess type thing. I don't know you except in the sense that you are my everything. The being. Eyes wide open. There's a big universe out there, picking on the moon, drawing on the high tide. Wade into serene waters and take off that dress, darling. You'll find your way soon enough. You're not who you say you are. You're something else entirely than can be conceived. You're high-flying, fearful thing of wonderful heights, beyond the nature of this human flesh. But confide yourself for now. Come down now. Come down to the beach. Come down to shore. Come show us mortals what being pure energy is like. The empty beach at the channel. Give life to it. Breathe it in, unsung lungs, and find the honest answer. You make me feel a certain way. A calling, like screaming in a wide open hall and expecting the void to answer back, but it never does. I'm left with the desire to run away, and what is really keeping me here except the breathtaking hope that it'll all play out like I thought in my head. Can I have some more? The blue water, clear sky, the tender reason why I can feel you ever present nearby, in heart, in grace, in head God's forsaken place of things clear and unseen, there's hidden and yet understood, how close you were in thin pleats, hot and heavy, has sent the words spiraling and nothing fits, the little pockets which send me into corners, crying with emptiness of a child in need of your desire. Soulburn. Spending the whole night trying to stay awake, when my soul is asleep nestled gently under blankets that are so wonderful and so close to some future not quite written, and it gets ignored, just do what it does and spend the time somewhere outside myself, be scared of some moment not yet had. I love the way you love me, and turn up that radio. I want to listen by myself. There's nothing between us except for heartache and soul burn that threatens to char. Desire. How does it work? How will I feel if he came in front of me? How would it work when it all works out? What do I say? What do I do? It's not going to work, no matter how much I miss it or how much I desire it. Be in reality, and the truth is that I'm alone in a locked up tower at the edge of the world. Anticipation. The cat climbs out into the darkness of the apartment, and I keep myself in the nightlight, watching the flickering in the distance in the wind, dancing in the midnight storm that rolls through on a journey eastward and around, waiting on a message whispered slowly in my heart. Come to me. O gods of night, wrap me in your warm embrace and tell me what I long to hear, but it keeps me in awaited anticipation. You wild thing. Fatal Union Express. There's a wall coming. Bail before you need bail money. Cockeyed smile. I love the way it all goes bang. And the feeling of bend and stretch. It's been too long, say with a heavy sigh. It's all Nick Cage day. A Nick Cage kind of way. And a love song that he sings in a movie that I'm scared to see. To a beautiful woman for words too much for life. There's a loving kind of future down the road for me if I just shake off the sludge of expectation. Come find me. I say so matter-of-factly in my jail cell years ago. You'll have to come find me. And I cried and snotted and panicked. And all the pain and suffering that I've endured, I meant it. I did, and so now I waited. I wait now for a man who does not know to come and find me, to meet me at a place in secret, and people hope for things that don't happen in real life, even though in the deep places I wish, because it would make it all so much easier. Hey lover, I speak of things just beyond my grasp, all the cool tides and happy nights, lying in my messy bed, wanting you, really wanting you, each flesh of my flesh, down to the very core of my bones. They rattle under my skin, loose and undone. They reorganize in a path to light your way back to me. Come find me, I say in a cell. Come find me in my mother's house, drugged. Come find me now that I'm by myself. There's only so much I can take. Sweet nothings in my ear. That stranger, that one whose laugh is like the bitter end of a rope that holds up a windchime that gently sways in the afternoon breeze. on patios serving all the delights of refreshments, cookies and cakes and lemonade, maybe fresh coffee too. And, oh, stranger, I want you there. You are in my head, and that song plays again. And I'm a mad dog with an earworm. Sit in silence and let the reality take place, because there's nothing that fits in this old soul. Stranger, mysterious, stranger, come sit and whisper sweet nothings in my ear. Pure moments. A dog barks, a child laughs, a man walks by on his way to work, a tree flutter alive and well. In the summer breeze I sigh, taking it all in, cool metal on my legs, rustling leaves, the sound of popping from my drink, pen to paper scratching. I am drive in the briefest of times. How now will it work? I take it all in, the full spectacle, taking with my own devices, my own longings, and the short of it, the roamings of the mind as it tries to fill it up with snapshots of pure moments like these. Manifest your reality, and it shall be yours. I say the words and their meanings. The words are kind and firm and caring and come from a place that wants truth, a call out of heart. It cuts to the quick and says the words meant to hear. It says, yes, you. Yes, you. You need a yes. You need to happen. And my darling, it really will. Fuck around and find out. I want to take off like a rocket. I have a million ideas and more bustling through my mind. I could spend time on it if I really wanted to. I'm going to make a mess. I'm going to create something beautiful, and it's going to be magical. This world is going to turn. The way it moves will change because I did something different today. It's always good to alter your path, try something new to see if it works out, because it's better to find out and try and find out than to never know the truth. I feel tired, but I will press on because science. The world turns and I will turn with it. The trees are drifting gently in this muggy heat. Stay indoors, work on a project. It suits you tonight. Crack your bones until you relieve the stress. It's all right. At least it seems to be. Put something on that you can dance in. The silence is killing me. The numbers. See the numbers everywhere and be unable to talk about it because signs are bad when you have a mental illness. It could be anything at all, but the universe says that signs and synchronicities are not a bad thing, but a sign that I am alive, and it means something good is coming my way on wings that spread out like those trees I saw, and I'll get there, wherever that means I'm going. Ah, me, yes, my love. True love won't love rest the day. Of love and tenderness, gift and joy. Give me this truth of eternal salvation of your love. Yes, your love, I gift it. Yes, please be near me. Please be the joy in my heart. Yes, please be the solidarity that breaks through the solitude. Please be the thing that gathers. Please be the one that comes and gains. Please be there when I am done, when suffering is at great heights, when I need you and simply can't breathe. The story of the two. Hangnail, thumbnail, thumb drive, music that says exactly how I feel. Add the music to the mix. Drink it up and get smaller or bigger, depending on the bottle. But I've been sober. There's an epidemic of reason. There's a spread of something soon, and it'll tell the story of how Rider Hot here on top of his horse. It'll tell the story of the shield maiden and how she won in due course. What I miss about you most. Touching lips while sitting in the bath. I felt you watching. I felt this way before. It's all at night. when I want you most, which says more about desire, but something about love when my heart ruptures from the need of you to be here. Won't you please listen to me when I'm far away and call out for you? How it feels when I see you for the first time or the next time or some other time. I don't know what's real except what I feel, some other dimension, some other memory, lost and how I want it again. What a life this is. Celibacy Tales, Volume 1. Rattler wings and kismet things, slow dancing as a truck call, masturbating as a keyhole watcher, magnetic pull up as I write the words. I can't bear to lock eyes. Everybody's got their own little parade that they dance to. Mine just heart throbs in my pants like old can-cans. In France, I write with a smirk. Dirty bird, stroke head, but no relief except a tall glass of water that is imagining you. Drowning in the deep blue waters that don't flow in the usual way, and I'm feeling overwhelmed, having jumped into the thick of it, and the light begins to recede. There's only that cold nothingness on my wet shin, and I'm feeling like this is what death is, and I'm lost in my emotions, swallowed whole in the sadness and horror, and there's nothing that I can do except just do it and not be afraid of ill-considered results. My body walks off. All this talk of love drags me to the bottom of the lake. Tied to cinder blocks, I know I can't come up for air when your being fills my lungs and revives me in my darkest hour. Have you ever felt like being so deep that your chest is going to walk away and leave me reaching out? It goes to you, taking all the soft parts of me. And I'm only me, head and my feet, empty and wandering on a path of unknown destination, just on automated track of what just seems right. I may overthink it. My feet wander off, leaving me with my thoughts. Candid adventures. When one story comes, I feel the ecstasy in my hairy bits and bobs, hairy bits and bobs, and want to continue down the road alone. I want to take your frail hand in mine and hold it before I go and have a moment with you, full and wet and juicy. And pregnant before giving the virgin birth into the unknown world at large. I want to hold you close for a moment and feel your wild, chaotic horse breath near mine before starting in the race into the places that go everywhere. You are my everything, I want to shout in the streets at night, to everyone's frustration and anger, to my own delight. You are my only, I say with love and splendor. I want to keep it that way, my dear. Modern Hearts. There are problems built up in my mind. Why is it that we are of all of these great big emotions that we stuff into boxes and throw into invisible closets that eat them away, or numb them with sleep, or zone them with media? I want to feel alive and sad. I want to feel bristled and mad. I want to feel grounded and free, feet settled into mud, fly away into sunset free. I want to be here in the moment, not scared to screw up, not afraid of the monsters that lurk in my head. The dreamer wakes. What it does to me, does it do it for you? Are we real or parts of the universal fantasy? Will the dreamer wake up and blink me out of existence? Would you come with me into the void? Would you hold me as we let go of this mortal flesh that holds me back and go into the light of daylight as we drive into the sunset? Beautiful song that I sing. What a day it is when all hope fades away into night, and I rest in the low place between darkness and tomorrow's light. There's a kindness flowing through me, a guiding hand that shows me the way, sincere love that fills me with a much needed sensation that brings me head over heels and hand over fist, and freedom of speech which is produced from air in the lungs. What a kind way when I can't see the face who's looking at me sideways. Mirror on. Nighttime fantasy. I have a million ideas that flow and 1,000 moons that send ripples through time's sky, the beating to the pulsating of my heart. The cycle of the world from this day to the next, and the defender of the good made miraculous flesh. I am not all that seems. When is good not good? The answer is when I want him to be. Could you imagine he who comes to you, a slave to your shoe? The muse. Gotta jump. Get the move on, gotta fly. You're going to be steady now. There's something to be had in the coming. What is you? You never see it coming face to face and up against the wall. Something that makes no sense at all. You're full of something lost. And then you're locked down, going on. Keep on going to town. Do you need inspiration? Just follow the dotted line to failure coming up. It'll follow you to the darkest places possible and swallow you whole. We're almost to the end. Unscrewed. Hold on to the pen, now long dead because a man gave it to me and it felt like him, but I was never sure. All I knew is that it wasn't him because it's never him as much as I want it to be. The war in my screwed up head comes loose with all the unhinged screws. Oh, how it is to be like the rest of the world, not to have to question everything that is perfectly what it is, the reality one can live without the fear that it's not real. It's personal perception that dangerously doesn't make sense. Oh, darling, it's never him. And it's never now. And I always look. And I always wait. And I always want it to be. I always want it to happen. I always am here. I always am in the here. I'm always in there now. But my darling, you are not here. And how am I supposed to be with you if I can't be with you now? I kind of screwed that last one up. Let me read it one more time. Oh, darling, it's never here, it's never him, and it's never now. I always look, and I always wait, and I always want it to be, and I always want it to happen. I'm always am in the here, I'm always in the now. But my darling, you're not here, and how am I supposed to be with you if I can't be with you now? So that's the first 10% of my novel, my poetry book. I hope that gives you kind of understanding of how I wrote back in 2022. That's not how I write now. That's how I wrote in 2022. Is it good poetry? Is it bad poetry? I don't know. But it's different poetry. And so, is it Instagram poetry? I don't know. But it's my poetry. And I'm sharing it with you. So there.